Welcome to APCUG's Wednesday workshop, where we get together in the middle of the week to learn more about tech. Today's big topic is called It's Time for Google. So we're going to be having two presentations today. Our first presentation is going to be about YouTube. And Rob Truman is going to be sharing with us. Rob's not a stranger. He's been with us. We're glad to have him back. He's a lifetime member of the Computer Booters of Sun Lakes and serves on their board of directors as their web director. He has over 40 years of experience in information technology and internet-related fields. Rob is a retired U.S. Navy Chief Electronics Technician and has worked as a technical support professional for Microsoft for many years. Rob holds a Master of Arts degree in adult education and a Bachelor of Science degree in information technology. He's a staunch proponent of lifelong learning and runs a website blog called Geezer Tech. You need to check that out, which focuses on helping the senior community with their technology needs. Rob also volunteers and teaches adult education technology classes through his local community college and their lifelong learning program, New Adventures in Learning. He's a member of the APCUG Speakers Bureau and has a number of presentations that you can select and get him to come to yours. Today, he's going to help many of us understand and use YouTube better. So Rob, welcome again to Wednesday workshops, and I'll turn things over to you.
All right, it's great to be here. Thanks a lot. Let's see, let me get this shared out and we'll get started. Don't think there's any sound on this one, so be safe. Hopefully everyone can see that now.
Looks good.
And, okay. So again, we're going to start out and kind of give you a little bit of a background on YouTube. Try to finish up with some tips and tricks, and we'll see how things go. And of course, always happy to answer any questions. If I don't know the answer, I will definitely find it out for you. So a little bit about myself. Couple degrees hanging out there, retired Navy chief, worked for Microsoft for a while, mostly all IT field areas. You already heard about most of this already. So let's talk about the history. YouTube.com. It was originally registered in 2005. The three guys that developed this were all employees of PayPal. And they came up with this as a way to share home movies or home videos. Excuse me. It's a little bit of a timeline history, and you can kind of see the growth. For some reason, people found this really cool. And it was purchased by Google in November of 2006 for $1.65 billion. Currently, YouTube has more than 2.6 billion active users. It's the second largest search engine. Over 122 million people visit YouTube every day, myself being one of them. It generated over 28 billion in advertising in 2021. It's also currently banned in 6 countries. So obviously it's doing what it's supposed to be doing. Over a quarter of the world's population uses YouTube once every month. And these are just a little bit general stats. There's essentially 2 types of YouTube users. One is video creators, And of course, there's a lot more viewers than creators. But people who create videos create a channel. And then you can subscribe, go to that channel, and take a look at their content. Very simple to get there, youtube.com. You can use their mobile app for iOS or Android. You can also watch a YouTube video that may have been embedded into a social network site or on a web page. The diagram at the right are just some of the previous YouTube logos that they have utilized over the years. As I said, web page or blog, you can embed those right into your page. It's simple, just click on the link and you're going to start watching the YouTube video. One of the advantages of creating an account, and sorry, I just saw a mistake in my text there, is that you get personalized suggestions. Now, if you have a Google account already, which I'm sure most of us do, then you already have a YouTube account created. You can subscribe to channels, but you must have a YouTube account to do that. As I said, you get personal recommendations for videos. Once you have an account and you log in, you can subscribe to your favorite channels, and you can receive notification from channels when they upload new video, and basically you can kind of track the different content on various channels that you want to follow. In a lot of ways, YouTube is nothing more than a video social media site. Creators make money off their content based on the number of people interacting with their content. You can keep track of your video viewing history. You can save videos to watch them later. You can create your own public or private video playlists. And you can customize your user settings for various notifications, playback, privacy, connected apps, and the list goes on. As I said, if you have a Google account, then you have a YouTube account. As we mentioned earlier, YouTube is the second largest search engine on the internet. And therefore, a lot of the same tricks that you would use, say, doing a Google search or any typical internet apply here. Therefore, you can use quotation marks. You can use asterisks or wildcards and to help locate information. If you click on filter up here, when you're doing a search, what that will do is you can go into the advanced search area. So you can actually get pretty granular when it comes to finding content that you're looking for. Personally, YouTube is my go-to website when it comes to doing research on a topic. Now, that being said, you got to remember that these are all pretty much amateur videos. So you may want to take whatever information you find up there with a grain of salt. As I said, you can use search operators to narrow things down by using a plus or a minus symbol. You can use channels and playlists to avoid junk videos. Once you find someone that you really like their videos, by all means, subscribe to that channel. because that way, and you'll get information whenever they put out new videos. It's kind of like just when you're surfing channels on your TV, you find a channel you really like, you know, you want to create a favorite. As I said, you can subscribe, keep up with these people whose videos you enjoy. As they upload something, you can get notified. Just click the subscribe button, you know, on the video information page. So what are channels? Channels is simply a member's personal presence on YouTube, similar to other social media sites. And you can leave comments about their videos. You can rate them. This is the channel that I have set up for computer booters, our club here in Sun Lakes. There's the website down there. What I've done is I've gone in and created playlists based on topics. So I have a playlist, say, for just Gmail, or for cord cutting, or for Chromebook. And this is a public channel. You're more than welcome to check it out at your convenience. And what would an APCUG presentation be without a APCUG video YouTube channel? And that's just youtube.com/APCUG videos. And you can take a look at all the past videos and presentations that APCUG has to offer. There's other services. I personally subscribe to YouTube Premium. This is what used to be called YouTube Red. With that service, I don't have to watch advertisements, which I would for me to watch an advertisement, I would rather, you know, or a commercial, I would rather get poked in the eye with a sharp stick. And you also get included in that all YouTube's music library. You get movies and shows that you can watch the latest shows and movie on YouTube, or you can, and some of them you have to rent, some you have to buy for a fee. There's also YouTube Live, YouTube Music, YouTube TV, YouTube Gaming. Quick note on YouTube TV. YouTube TV is a cable replacement service. Last time I checked, it ran about $65 a month. But it does essentially replace your same type of cable channels, just streaming across your internet connection. The interface in YouTube that you're going to probably be this is just a generic YouTube screen because I'm not signed in up here. But you have all kinds of sports sections that you can help in your search. And down at the bottom of that, you can see browse channels. I highly recommend that you check out channels. Channels is just a really easy way to kind of get a little bit more granular on searching for content. And once you find something, recommend you subscribe to it because it really does make things a lot easier down the road. And you're pretty much assured to get some reasonable content. Tips and tricks. YouTube has a dark theme. You can check that out under settings, but you may want to set that up because it really does take the strain off your eyes. You can adjust playback speed. So you don't have to just keep the standard speed. You can speed them up, slow it down. It has different view modes where you want full screen, if you want closed captions on it. You can also get a video transcript. And then again, in settings, you can, and that way you can actually read what is being said. Sometimes that comes in real handy. If you find a video that you just love, you can loop it and it'll just continue to play over and over and over again until you get tired of it. There is a watch later button. This comes in really handy, I think, for a lot of people, because you end up, let's face it, we end up going down these rabbit holes, and before we know it, but we find some content we made. I don't have time to watch it now, or I'm looking for something else, but I can click on watch later, and it basically creates a personal playlist that I can go back and check that content out at a later date. I can share a video, and I can share it from a specific point in time. So I don't have to just share the whole video. I can share, I can basically create a link. I can send that link by email, and it would actually start the video at the time that I want to start sharing it. And of course, there's a complete history in YouTube. As I said, this is not a long presentation, and it's kind of an introduction. And I'm more than happy to entertain any questions at this time.
How hard is it to upload videos?
It's actually quite easy. And YouTube, if you're into actual becoming a creator of videos, YouTube has its own section for video editing creation. So, but it's the same as, I think you're going to find out how easy it is to upload a file, because that's really what you're doing, is you're creating the video file. It's on your machine or stored locally, and you're just going to upload it into your channel.
And I can second that. It is super simple to do. You just click, I did it last night. You click on a create, you find your video, you click on the video, and then you go someplace and do something depending upon your internet speed.
Exactly. Yeah. And then once it's uploaded, then you can kind of maneuver it around. You'll notice that if you go to our channel site or APCUG site, that they've created playlists based on topics. And so you can go in there and kind of organize your channel so however you see fit, which is really kind of nice. And it just makes, now, of course, the more people that subscribe to your channel, the more popular it is, the easier it is for it to show up in other people's searches, so forth and so on.
I have found that one thing you definitely should do is take a look every once in a while at the list of videos that you have uploaded. And if somebody has made a comment, please check it out, because you will get random comments from people who just want to see their name up there. They have, you know, this organization or that organization, and they have absolutely nothing to say about the video. It's just all about them, and you want to remove that.
Are you saying that it's just about me?
Well, yeah, you don't want some religious organization attached to saying something about APCUG's video that's up there.
No, you're absolutely right. No, I'm being facetious.
I know.
But no, it is. And, you know, you want to keep track of your channel and kind of, you know, don't just think that that's going to go on auto. And I think there's also a way you can turn off comments.
Mm-hmm.
But that may defeat the purpose of your channel, depending on what your goal is.
And when you upload your video, like I do, I take the PR that I sent out about whatever workshop it is and copy and paste it right below so people can see what the video is about. And I choose unlisted for about a week. So the people who have attended the workshop have first dibs on watching it, and then I make it public. And also you have to decide, is it for kids or not? You want to choose not for sure. And the biggie is make sure you have no copyrighted information in your video. Rob, isn't it 2 strikes and you're out?
Yeah, give or take.
Yeah, and they will take down your channel immediately. And if you do not have your video someplace else, goodbye. You can never get them back again. So as you save, and before you get to publish, it's going to tell you if you have copyrighted information in there. So if you've found some really cool cartoons or something, you might want to think about not adding them to your video unless they're How To Geek or something like that that are not copyrighted, because they're up since March of last year. They've been really picky about this.
Well, you can actually even do copyrighted material as long as it's for educational purposes and you're not reproducing the whole content. In other words, you don't want to copy a movie and try and upload that into YouTube. And usually when people start with their account, they're limited, I think, to 10 or 15-minute videos. Now, you can also go up on YouTube and they have movies, they have regular TV shows that you can access. Some of them are free, some of them cost money, but they've arranged a spatial licensing arrangement with YouTube to be able to do that. There is a limit on how long your videos can be, but the minute you start getting into educational licensing, that kind of changes up a little bit.
I have another one. How does YouTube differ from Vimeo?
YouTube is the granddaddy.
Yeah.
I mean, it is. I mean, it really. Vimeo is still, it is a video share site. You know, different. I think I've been to it once or twice, but I have never searched for something on YouTube and didn't literally get inundated with resources. So it's kind of my go-to.
Well, I find in my social media for seniors, there's a nifty graph that keeps coming up that says YouTube is considered the most used social media site. I have yet.
That's true.
I know, but it mystifies me.
Well, it literally is a social media site. You know, I mean, it may not be what most people perceive as when you think of YouTube or Twitter or Facebook or Twitter, but when the fact that you can interact with the content creator, which in essence, that is the definition of a social media site.
Okay, thank you. I appreciate that. Any suggestions for downloading YouTube videos? Legal. I'm gonna add legally on that too.
Oh, legally? Oh, no.
Yes.
Actually, if you get their premium account, you can download videos for watching offline. Okay. Now, that doesn't mean to say that you're going to have an actual copy of the video. It just means that you can watch the video and not be connected to the internet. So, you know, and there's probably an abundance of resources out there to do it not so legally.
And I have a couple that are legal, so I'll include those in the follow-up email. Would you discuss various privacy modes, private, public, unlisted, blah, blah?
Yeah, I never really got into that because I guess when I look at YouTube, I put everything up public. you know, I mean, I want, if I'm going to post something up on YouTube, then I want the maximum, you know, amount of eyes on it. And so all the channels that I've ever been involved with have been a public interface. You know, even though with our computer club, we have a members only section of the website. When it comes to the videos, you know, to me, I look at this as a means to attract new membership.
Outstanding. Would you say that again, please? What
I
was
mean,
that about attracting new membership that you have?
Well, no, I mean, to me, this is something that you can put out there that, you know, to help prospect for new members, you know, and it may just make them want to write that check for that annual membership or whatever, however your club is set up. So.
In my life with APCUG, they're first unlisted, which means only the people who get the follow-up email have the link. If it is private, you have to send the link to every single person that you want to be able to view the video. That happened to my hockey mom daughter, and my son took pictures of her son doing all his goalie stuff and everything, and she bought a song, paid money for it, and added the music to the video he put together, or he added it, and she got zinged that they considered the song, and so they said, take it down or mark it private. Now, this was back in the day before March of last year, when they got so uptight about copyrighted information. So it's just, you know, public is free for everybody. Private is restricted to the people who you send that link to, period. You can change it at any time.
Yeah, pretty much like sharing a file off Google Drive, you know, it's very along those same lines. Now, if you want to get really creative in this process, you can buy or you can pick up music that's royalty free, and you can use that to help create your images or your videos. So there's a lot of options out there.
Mm-hmm. I watch a lot of YouTube material on my 50-inch smart TV. It's great, but I haven't found a way to comment or interact. I can search for videos. Is there a way to comment if you're using your TV?
I think it depends on the device you're using, because I want to say that, because I noticed this on the Amazon Fire Cube, not the Fire Stick, but the Amazon Fire Cube. It has Alexa built in, and I think you can actually comment. In fact, the Fire Cube, you can even do Zoom calls and use the chat feature on your TV.
Cool.
So I haven't tested it, but I would think that's about as close as you're going to get.
And of course, you're going to buy that from Amazon, and you have 30 days to return it if it doesn't work.
There you go.
How do people make money with their YouTube channel?
They get paid basically on views. Okay, so Google will put up ads.
Oh.
Okay, the more views you get, therefore the more views those ads have been seen. And in fact, that's why the YouTube Premium costs money, is because basically you're paying Google not to show you ads.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, Google just runs, they basically, you know, that's the way they make their money, is through advertising, as we all know.
The majority of their money comes from advertising.
Yeah.
This person has a channel, but where does he find the ability to add comments?
I think if you have to go into settings, you have to get into your channel, and you need to be sure that you're logged in to whatever account you use to set up that channel. And I believe under settings, you can go in there and you can manage that channel. And I'm not sure, again, I can't attest to this, but I believe you can either turn on or turn off comments, you know, and moderate those. I'd have to check into it more thoroughly.
Yeah. Vimeo is a paid service. Creators pay to have their video posted there.
Well, that's horrible.
Yeah, I know. Why would anybody want to do that? But that's just me. Okay. Let's see. This is a comment for our Samsung Smart TV. YouTube is built in an app on your Samsung TV, so you might want to take a look at that. Do you control which ads are shown on your channel?
I believe so. I believe you don't have a whole lot to say here, but I believe you can specify what Google tries to do is to display topical advertising based on your content. You know, so if you're running a food channel, you're probably going to see ads, you know, related to that topic.
And I uploaded a video before they were so, you know, just as the beta for the copyright stuff was going out, and they let me know that there was something copyrighted in there, and they showed me what it was, and there was already, they had already inserted a Sony ad into the video, and the question to me was, did I want to have that like that? And I looked at the presentation, and the person who gave the presentation, totally clear, step by step by step by step on how you inserted a video in whatever it was. And I thought, showing a video inserted in it, you don't need that. So I just deleted it, cut that part out, the video, and uploaded it, and everything was just fine.
Yeah.
So you don't, one thing you don't want to do is click save. If it's, you wait all the way to the end and you read very carefully on that next to last screen, so to speak, where it says you do or do not have copyrighted information in your video. John, would you close the chat box, please, so we can get our raised hands answered? Does video provider learn the usernames of people who view the video, like the video, and subscribe? So do you find that information out for your...
No, I mean, and again, so if people subscribe, then you do have access to that. Okay, on the, you know, I mean, it's kind of like logging, because it's going to, you're subscribing because you're logged in with your Google account. Okay, so that information is tracked, but and therefore you can't subscribe to a channel if you're not logged in.
What you need to do is, if you have videos up there, you go into analytics for every single one, and you can see how many people, I believe you can see where the most people come from, Canada, Florida, hoo-ha, wherever. So for each videos, you want to check out your own analytics and see what's what with each one and what's most popular. And you say, oh, I'm going to do another one of those again because it was so popular. Susan, I'm going to let you answer your question. I have it printed out here, but go for it, kiddo.
Okay, thanks. My husband and I made a video in 2016 for a ballroom dance club, and it had narration, and it was quite good. And recently we have found where somebody has gone in and used that video, taken out all the narration, and reduced it to 11 minutes from 28 minutes. and then they posted it on the ballroom dance site, and I have no idea who did that. But how do I prevent people? What should I have done that would have prevented people from hijacking the information, and not the fact that they even used it, but the fact that they changed my video. So on my channel, and I have it, I could share it. It shows 11 minutes instead of 28, and all the narration's gone.
And I'm assuming, really, I don't believe there's a lot you can do, Susan. What you can do is when you're creating the video, you can embed a watermark in the video itself. And that's probably one of the few ways that you're going to protect. Now, but as far as someone copying your video, cutting it up, there's not much you're going to be able to do to protect that.
But they changed it on my channel. That it still shows Schmidt Productions. So it's not like they were trying to get away from making it seem like it was theirs. But now on my channel, what I offer, their version is there and my version is gone.
And are you able to delete that version?
Yeah.
I haven't, I assume so.
Then delete it and re-upload the original version.
But how do I keep people from doing it?
First of all, for me, I'm not sure how they would have done that. Okay, so to me, there's only either your site's gotten hacked, which I doubt, or someone has had access to your back end of your channel to be able to upload a video. That's, just off the top, based on the information you provide, I can't think of anything else that, this would, play out that way.
Okay, you're not aware of any settings that I could put on there that would say lock it or?
Not that, no, but, it never hurts to do a search. How to lock down my YouTube channel.
I got the answer. And
okay.
I have the answer, and Rob just said it. Go into your video section in your account settings, and under what people can do with your videos, uncheck download them. If they can't download them, they can't change them.
I guess I'm curious about how they uploaded it.
Yeah.
That to me, see, what, if people want to download my videos and they want to play with it, fine, knock yourself out. But I would be more concerned about how they were able to replace the video vice actually using the video. But I would do a Google search, or I would search and see if there's any other way to, I would be more concerned that someone has access to my channel than anything else.
And Rob, this is Dale.
Yeah.
One way to go into their Google account, I assume that's the account that they're using, whatever account they're using, and check activity to make sure they haven't lost control of their Google account or somebody got into their password.
No, that's a good point. Thanks, Dale. Yeah, I just, and of course, you can always change the password, and but I would just, be sure that I had everything set up the way I thought I had it set up, and to eliminate anyone from getting into the back end of my, my YouTube channel.
Thank you.
So I know it's not a great answer, and I wish I had a better one for you.
And if you are uploading videos for your group, I have 2 years, 2 years ago, I started putting under my description that APCUG is responsible for the content, blah, 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 just like I have on the website and my club's website. We have it on the advisor emails as a disclaimer statement. I have absolutely no clue if it is going to make any difference. If you know, somebody does something that says in the video and they trash their computer, but it makes me feel a little bit better that, you know, nobody on the board, et cetera, is liable for anything in the video. Just for grins. Diane, you're on.
Hi there. This is a pretty basic question, but I don't own a channel or anything. I'm a viewer, but what is the real benefit of subscribing and then clicking on that little bell to get notified? Because I don't get notified. What am I doing wrong?
Well, I personally, I never click on the bell.
Oh, okay.
I already get enough notifications. I don't need any more. The advantage to subscribing to a channel is when you find, say, a creator that is making reputable content or content that you trust and find useful. Therefore, it just helps you narrow down that search. You will, in your YouTube interface, get notified there whenever new content is created. It'll show up, you know, over on the left-hand side of your interface about what you have subscribed to.
Right.
Unfortunately, my list gets way too long. But to me, it's just, if I find somebody that I really like and I really trust what they're putting out, then it makes it easy. I can go back and check up on see if they've gotten any new stuff.
Okay. Okay, thank you.
It's like if you take a look at the Geezer Tech website and you go, hey, he's got some cool videos up there. And instead of having to go back to the Geezer Tech website to check to see if he's got a new one uploaded, subscribe, and you find out, it pushes out to you. You don't have to go and look for it and go, oh my gosh, this is the third time I've come up here and Rob doesn't have any new videos yet. But they let you know. So it's way cool. Kurt has some cool answers here. Thank you much, Kurt. You're on.
Okay. With regard to the privacy settings, if you mark a video as private, then you have to take and list the people that you will allow to see it. I don't use that very much. Unlisted makes the video unable to be found by searching, but lets anybody that has the URL to it view it. We do this a lot with some things that I regularly post for our church. And on a particular web page, I provide a link to individual videos. But if you were to go out and search for that content, you would never find it. Okay, public is just that. Anybody can view it, anybody can search for it. With regard to Vimeo, and I don't have much affiliation or use of them right now, but it's a commercial site. And the people that put the video out or take and pay for their account, okay? It's one way to get around some of the link limitations that you might have in YouTube, although those don't exist very much anymore. And it gives you control. It's much more appropriate to use if you're doing something for your business and you want it for your customers or something like that. You can stop getting ads at the end of the video, your video, or suggestions. And I think there may be a way of taking and embedding YouTube videos where you prevent the suggestions at the end of your video, which quite possibly could be to your competitors. So anyway.
Appreciate it. No, all good stuff.
Thank you. And over to Carol, and Joel is our last question. And then we're on to Dale in Colorado. Carol, you're on.
Okay, well, I would be a new user, so I have a couple of basic questions. First of all, as a viewer, are there any security concerns? And secondly, on my iPad, if I wanted to log in using my Google account credentials, would I do so through an app on the iPad, or would I just go through Safari to the YouTube website and put in my Google credentials?
last question first, Carol. Either or. So, I mean, you can install the YouTube app and log in that way, or you can just go to the website and log in that way. You know, 6 one, half a dozen of the other.
But is one more secure than the other?
Not really.
Okay.
No. I mean, it's not. I mean, I would say they're more secure, and I've not heard or read anything of any type of security issue from watching videos. And that's because really what you're doing is you're streaming a video. So it'd be no different than going up and logging into Netflix and streaming a video from them. You know, I mean, I think you would, it's not that it's risk-free, it's just, I don't think there's any additional risks involved in that.
Would you use two-factor authentication on your Google account?
You can. I mean, that does add another layer of security.
Okay, thank you.
You know, again, when it comes to security, my attitude is you need to do where you find your comfort level and then adhere to that.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
And when I am in my APCUG account, I just click on the 9 dots and choose YouTube, and it takes me right up to APCUG's YouTube channel. Gary, your turn.
Oh, there it is. Okay, it works. I've been trying to do the comments on my channel, or to enable comments on my channel. And when I go to the steps, it says click on settings, then click on community, and then defaults. The community setting is not on my channel settings page. Is there some reason that I don't have that ability on my channel?
Not that I'm aware of, Gary. I'm sorry. I wish I could be more helpful with that, but yeah, I can't, you know, unless I guess what immediately pops into my head is that the instructions you're following, I'm assuming you did a search for.
Yeah, in Google.
When you do your search, see if you go into advanced search, see if you can search recent results. My thought maybe is that those instructions did apply at one point, but because YouTube has updated their interface, they've moved some controls around.
Yeah, this is dated August 22nd, 2022, kind of recent.
Yeah, then I'm just not sure.
Okay, all right, thank you.
I apologize.
Gee, and I was going to echo exactly what you said, because that happens to me all the time. And I pull my hair out and say, I'm following the instructions, but I don't have that on here. So I put 2022 and now I'm putting 2023. I want the latest and greatest. I don't want something from the XP days or something like that. Hey, Joel.
Yeah, it happens.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just noticed that there is a way that you could have other people update your channel, but it looks like it requires a deliberate act. You can apparently set up what they call a YouTube uploader and give them a URL that allows them to update your channel, which sounds inherently dangerous to me, because if their system was compromised or you sent the URL to the wrong person, anybody could potentially update your channel. Because apparently there's no way you can restrict that to a particular individual once you create it and put it out.
No, I mean, very, very true. And I agree with your assessment. And I think it probably gets used more in the corporate environments, you know, to whether basically the news channels and things of that nature. I'm sure, you know, that the person creating the content is not maybe the one uploading the content.
Right.
So, but no, all good points.
Hey, Rob, look how long your presentation lasted this time.
I know, I'm already worn out, you know?
You're going to have to take a nap. Anyway, thank you so very much. You got a lot of interesting tips on there that a lot of people have absolutely no clue about.